The Craftsman Truck Series from Pocono. Pocono Raceway is truly one of a kind. It's a 2.5-mile style, and all three turns are modeled after three different tracks. Roger Lord, former driver, former All-Star winner here, designed it. Check the speedway, that's turn number 1. 14 degrees of baking going into the tunnel turn. All around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway with 8 degrees of baking. That is turn 2. And down we go into turn 3. The Milwaukee Mile to 6 degrees of baking. And there is no turn 4. To give you an idea of just how big this
Let's see. Check and make sure everything's good. All right, we're good. All right. What's going on, everybody? Chase fan number 9 here. Welcome to another live stream. Today, it's the MillerTech Battery 200 at Pocono Raceway. It's going to be 80 laps, 200 miles, so should be a good race. This will be the 16th time the Truck Series have raced at the Tricky Triangle. Lane Riggs and Caden Honeycutt are on the pole, on front row, with Lane Riggs starting first. He's definitely going to be the one to watch because it's only a matter of time before he wins, and it could come today for all we know. The speed is there, but pulling off is a whole different thing. Corey Haim starting third, Carson Hocevar starting fourth, Tanner Gray and Gio Ruggiero starting fifth and sixth. Let's see. As you can also see, we got Patrick Emmerling in the 07 truck for Spire Motorsports. I guess you can say this is his first time having an opportunity at top equipment since he's driven for other teams like Greenlight Racing, etc. So, yeah. The winner from the last truck race we had, Stuart Friesen, is finished 13th. He's starting 13th, sorry. So let's see if he'll have that momentum going into today. Grant Enfinger, who finished second, is starting right next to him, ironically. Damn, the Bill McGanley trucks are starting 18th, 19th, 24th, and 12th. Ugh. It's been a minute since they last won, and yeah, they need to get back on it, that's for sure. Ben Rhodes starting deep in the field. Mike Harmon Racing is back in the Truck Series for the first time in years. And Tyler Tomasi is driving the 69 truck. This is MBM Motorsports' first truck race in a while, too. So let's see how they do. Yes, I did see Joseph Newgarden's flip. Yeah, I watched Gateway from beginning to end. Great race, but I wish some of those drivers up at the front had stayed out to win the race, like Callum Eilot and Felix Rosenquist. They pretty much gave up their first win.
There's a place no map can show you. The secret's a high-performance hideout for cars that trade chaos. Can break check. Your cage check. The spoilers show Baby doubles as a big table.
Oh yeah, I remember that wreck.
Every apex you nail, every second you shave.
The fact that Newgarden came back from breaking his collarbone in that wreck, man, talk about miracles. I mean, Alex Bowman's no stranger to breaking his collarbone and coming back from it. He was driving for Ed Carpenter Racing at the time. There will be 3 streams this week. There's today, tomorrow's Xfinity race, and the IndyCar race at Road America on Sunday. And then next week, Cup live streams will start back up again next week.
With new value at McDonald's, you'll get more than you expect for breakfast. Like Maya sausage burrito and add a sausage with muffin for $1. Because a late night double shift deserves an early morning tea. More than you expect. Now it's below and fat and overhang to a legendary season. Pocono reward in the pack from the checkered flag and Road America. Absolute brilliance. Sunday at 1:30 Eastern on Fox. Live from the fastest racing on earth. For work or play, you can't beat the power, performance, and versatility of Ram trucks. At Motor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we have so many Ram trucks to choose from, including Ram 1500, Ram 2500, and 3500 models. We have the options and colors you want in stock now, and the Motor Chrysler Plus discount. Right off 99 days for a low till 9 every night and 70 for church. Price not better at the low price center and Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Visit us at LodiCDJR.com. Everyone's getting iPhone 16 when they get it.
So yeah, this is my first live stream since the Cup race at Mexico last Sunday. It was a good race, not a great race, but it is what it is. Good to see, or really excited to see the fact that SVG managed to get a second career win after dominating. He led 60 of the 100 laps, so that's all but 40. Probably the best performance he's ever had in anything, really, stock car wise. And as a Dale Jr. fan, it felt so good to see the number 88 back in victory lane again. As I said, it's been since the 88 last one in 2020 with Alex Bowman when he was driving the 88 back at Auto Club. Hello, Shahir. Welcome to the live stream. Okay, let me start.
Everything. What do you think? Can we style them up? Well, let's style them up. Hey, Stuart, Kevin, and the Fox booth, man, you had that thing in victory lane last week. A lot of chaos at the end of that race, but still, the feeling that it has to be to get that monkey off of your back and get that truck into victory lane has to feel good. Yeah, for sure. Just proud of this whole Hallmark team here. Thanks to all our guys. Everybody's just been working so hard to retire trucks. Felt good to finally have an opportunity to get one there last or 2 weeks ago now. So, but that's behind us. It's all good show now. Well, good luck today. Hopefully you can park in the same spot, man. All right, thanks so much, guys. Thanks so much, Sheldon. Have a great Northeast one. Have a great chance, and have a good couple weeks. So, I'll keep it rolling. And so Prison starting 13th. And the guy on pole for the first time in his career is Lane Ray. Michael, him up next. You got it, Zane. Lane is Waltrip in the box team. Do you copy? Yes, sir. Yes, loud clear. Well, it was an awesome qualifying effort. You've been so close to victory lane. What do you think about Cleveland and Pocono here? How do you feel about the truck in the long haul? I thought it was amazing. Had a great practice room, and obviously decided to qualify. Last year going from last two in practice and really not even getting to race and riding around the back to also get my first hold. Last week I thought I'd get it, but I feel really good about it.
Oh yeah, I remember that day.
All right, bud, have fun. Who are you going to fight? I hope it like today. The air and sun. And the sacred flag. That's about all I want to fight today. Well said. Let's take a look now at the Craftsman starting grid. This time for our wholesaler lane race first pole of the year and a brand new sponsor on board. Starting outside, leading the free cut. Matching his quarter best start.
Row 2 at the same line Toyota, we've got Corey Hahn, and outside of him, Carson Hosevar.
I like your road. I think maybe a winner could come from that road. Road 3, Kilo Zero, Tanner Gray. You know, he's lately. Tanner just getting something good to happen. No race from that road 3.
Take a look at the rest of the field. Some good trucks throughout, including the back. Andres Perez starting on row 4, coming off his Xfinity debut exclusive.
Yeah, right behind him, you've got Brandon Jones, who got his one and only Truck Series win here.
Patrick Gibbons will get a nice job of qualifying in that 07 truck. Will be interested to watch him. And there's one of my favorites today. They moved all the way back on row 8. We're going to see trucks together, even outside the top 20, that if they go to victory lane today, we won't be too surprised.
No, and wouldn't surprise me if you see Daniel Hemrick make up a lot of ground, or Jack Wood, some of these trucks that we felt like were pretty good in practice that are starting a little deeper in this field.
And coming from the way back, Ben Rose, we know he's going to be competitive. And Dawson's getting practice in at WC.
Let's once again say hello to our pit reporters for this evening, John Guy and Trevor Bain. Trevor, welcome back.
Yeah, thank you, Jamie. It's good to be a part of the truck broadcast again. And I want to touch on Gio Zero making his first start here at Pocono in anything. No ARCA starts, no anything until today. You guys know how tough this place is. So no matter how much sim time you get, if you drop up the small stretch in turn 1, set in how big this place is. Gio's been fun to watch. He's getting better every lap. Qualified 6 today. You mentioned that with my student freezing. That moved it even further back to the cut line. So we're very excited for this young driver right now.
Yeah, Trevor, Peyton Honeycutt, best start of your qualifying run. You're starting second today. But Pocono has not been very good today. He's got 2 races here, finished 20th and 25th. But there's been a lot of water under the bridge since then. Bill Gill is crew chief. I spoke to him earlier. Bill is really excited about the experience.
Oh yeah, I've seen Pelo's car.
And what Peyton has done in his racecraft. Learning how to race these races and what his truck needs. And they're excited about the future. We've all thought Peyton should have won a race by now, and it's not going to be long. And maybe today could be the day. Jamie?
Thank you, Todd. Let's take a look at the straightaways. There's going to be a lot of talk. We've already mentioned how giant this racetrack is. You see it there, 3,740 feet on the front stretch, 3,055 feet on the back stretch. From the tunnel turn to turn 3, 1,780 feet.
They are definitely long straightaways, and we won't test your map skills right now, but just under a mile down the front.
Yeah, what a ride that is. Swinging off turn 3 down that long front straightaway. You can see only 6 degrees of banking down in turn 3, and that sets up the longest straightaway. So arguably the most important corner is turn 3. Turn 1, extremely fast getting into that corner. It's not going to take you folks at home long to see how crazy it's going to be. When they throw the green, they're going to go all over the place trying to gain track positions. Our truck races don't last long, and so you got to get it done in a hurry. And that's our track description brought to you by Craftsman.
Then how about our race analysis for today?
Yeah, and you talk about those long straightaways, and today the one thing that is a little bit different than any of the other races that we usually do here at Pocono, 80 laps in length. And that is significant in that final stage where you see 40 laps, because look down at that fuel window, 31 to 34 laps. So that's going to be right on the edge after we have the caution laps from the stage break and something happens. But if it doesn't, that's going to put you in a position where you're going to need to come to pit road.
2 on board for today to bring you all the action. 38, Chandler Smith rode on board with him during practice and qualifying. He had a good idea what these drivers are feeling and looking like inside those racetracks.
Man, I love these cues, Jamie. You can see Stuart Freeson. He's in his office. They're all tightened up and settled in, getting ready to do battle. Every time I see these cameras set up, it makes me want to get in the truck. Give it a try. Let's run.
Every time I look inside that freezing truck, I look at that seat. He sits in there so unique with the way that he's got that seat pitched up and the angle that it's at. But I'm sure that's some sort of
some dirt thing. He'll be in one of those dirt bars.
All right.
I'm sure there's all the time.
Look how beautiful.
Pace truck heads to pit road. Here we go.
Inside, they're
All right, green flag, and the truck race at Pocono is green.
There we go. Start swinging out here and there. We're only going to go 3 rockets now. That's not too bad.
With the advantage, Lane Riggs up high. You lose a couple spots.
Lane Riggs goes the outside, got a nice break. But Caden did a good job. Look at the draft coming. You talked about it, Kevin, and there it goes.
3 wide for the lead.
And that's where it becomes a lot trickier to decide what to do. Some turn is a lot narrower than turn 1. You got a lot of space in turn 1. So you saw Lane Riggs.
And Carson Hocevar is the only Cup guy in today's field.
That's really easy to do too. That bottom step leads to the air downforce off the side, and they can get loose in a hurry. So you got to watch that. And these first few laps right here, you saw Lane Riggs go into this turn 1 right here on the first lap. So up the racetrack, it tells me that with that low air pressure, that splitter's touching that racetrack, and that's going to be something that's pretty common here the first couple laps in turn 1. But we got Chandler charging. You can see him there down on the bottom inside. April coming off turn 1. Can't quite get there, but he's got a fast truck making moves like that.
77 of Andres Perez back there in 9th, trying to hold off the 81. He's knocking out a little bit of trucks. 3 minutes practice early today, but we weren't sure what to expect after that.
Yeah, I think they got caught off guard a little bit by being in that first group. They were a little bit slower than the second group, and the amount of pickup that we had in qualifying, I think, caught us all off guard with the amount of speed they picked up.
Chandler Smith in that 38, pretty happy with that truck. Earlier today, we see Emerald already up 13 spots after 2 laps. He's on the move.
That's because this place is so wide, as Kevin described in the pre-race show, how wide and how racy this place is. You can make moves in a hurry.
And they're trying to make up ground on the 88, and that's happening.
Ooh,
Their trucks all over.
34 goes way to the bottom.
Corey Hines up front, look at this. Side by side, getting to the top. Lane Riggs just as we started. Carson Hocevar hasn't even mentioned him in his 7 truck. That for his 4th truck race of the season. He looks to the inside. 3 wide.
And that's when those trucks, when they get side by side like that, that truck that is directly behind them gets such a huge run because of the hole that is being poked in the air by those big pads and straight noses on the front of these trucks. What about that big move by Lane Riggs around the outside? He was so fast up there, got that spot back from Koazamar. And we feel like Lane Riggs and Corey Hines have the best trucks in practice. Obviously, everybody's going to make their vehicles better, but right now, you have to go with the fact that the trucks that are 1, 2, you see Corey Hines checked out. Lane Riggs had a little bit of a tough start, had to make up a couple spots, and you see the distance that cost him.
Corey Hines has now led in every truck race. I feel like a broken record every race. We say he's now led in every race, all 14 now. See a little contact back in the pack.
Ooh, contact. It's Daniel Hemrick, I think.
He wasn't quite ready to make that move, but it went down and it almost turned into a crash. Yeah, that left front fender on the jet ski truck, that is going to put you in a bad position. You're so dependent on those front fenders, and especially in a place like this where you're going so fast through the corners, that anything that disrupts the front downforce like that is going to put you in a tough spot the rest of the day. You talked about it in the opening too, about drafting. And right now, Lane Riggs is 2 seconds off of Corey. Corey continues to run the fastest laps of the race. He's starting to lose the ability to take advantage of that draft down behind the trailer. What a power start for Corey. He's just doing Corey things. He's done it all year long. He's doing it again. As you see, Tyler Ingram on the inside. Going into the tunnel turn here.
Patrick Emerling in the 07. Great opportunity for him in his fire truck. He's a Wheeler modified driver, race a champion modified winner, 32 years old, and his truck start.
And he's doing a nice job running up toward the top 10.
Michael, we've been talking about how many different winners this season, 9 through 13 races, but we say, who's next? Tyler Jeske is our defending series champion. He hasn't found it really. In fact, it's been quite the opposite. They have had a roller coaster season, but how many drivers are still left that could win that have not
saying on the radio with that 98 truck. Yeah, that fender is shoved in there a long way. You see it out of the bubble there, up off the corner. And when those fenders get knocked in like that, it just takes the downforce away from the front of the truck and just doesn't allow those front tires to grip like they need to. And you can't make the corner speed to keep up. Well, and also, if they're coming out of the corner, that thing can go flat in a hurry. If it goes flat into one of these corners, he's going to go into that outside wall.
Simon Jeffrey back in the 17th. I feel like that's been his season, Michael. They could bring the fastest truck out there, but something strange like this happens. He gets into someone or has a cut tire or a mechanical issue.
Would it be worth Kevin hitting that 98 truck right now, getting that fender clearance and making an adjustment, pulling that fender out and making an adjustment? Well, right now he's outside of that window of losing a lap, so it looks like he's 12 and a half seconds back. So you need to be right around 10 seconds to be able to put yourself in a position. And that's really what Corey Lyon wants to do. He wants to go out there and charge as hard as he can to keep as many of these guys from being able to flip a stage, which most likely you might see that you're going to see that in the first stage. So if they're going to do it. So I think that Corey Lyon wants to go and put himself as far out front to keep that time limit as far as possible to keep as few guys as possible.
Corey Hine just over a 2-second lead here.
And growing.
And growing.
Fastest truck on the track the last 4 laps in a row.
Working lap number 8. 20 laps make up stage 1. 20 laps for stage 2 and 40 laps for the third and final stage. And hate to tell the competition this, but you know what this guy did last year, Michael? Swept. He won stage 1, stage 2, and the race.
That thing just looked so nice. This down there, turn 3, under that yellow line, just very, very tidy. What a fast truck he's got.
Corey Hine continues to lead here at Pocono over Lane Briggs and Karsten Kosovar. Join the more than 7 million adults, like Michael, who've taken Ozempic.
As touring musicians, my type 2 diabetes could slow us down, but I didn't let it. I'm Michael, and this is what my Ozempic era looks like. I'm lowering my A1C and lost some weight too. I also learned some people take Ozempic to lower the risk of major cardiovascular events like stroke, heart attack, or death, and others take it to lower the risk of worsening chronic kidney disease.
Don't share needles or pens or reuse needles. Don't take it if you or your family had MTC, MEN2, or if allergic to it. Stop taking and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck or any of these allergic reactions. Tell your provider if you plan to have surgery or a procedure, are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be. Serious side effects may include inflamed pancreas, gallbladder or severe stomach problems, or changes in vision. Call your prescriber if you have any of these symptoms. Taking with a sulfonylurea or insulin may raise low blood sugar risk. Common side effects include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, constipation. Some side effects lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems. Discover the GLP-1 with the most FDA-approved uses. Ozempic.
This is the new Dell AI PC with Intel inside. A PC so ahead of its time, it actually helps you save time. Like literal hours. Because it does all your busy work for you. So you can get busy doing things you actually want to do. And you'll want a lot more time for that.
You're in control because only you know the fans and flavors you like to get your drink just right. You're in control, that's the way it should be. You choose the ingredients, flavors, and how busy, not push it. Satisfaction, your way, you establish every day. So the stream is fresh and perfect with you. Now push it, it's time to push it good.
Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. The sweet scent of a honeymoon in Fiji. Moisturized with vitamin B3.
You better not be using all the Old Spice.
Oh, can you get my bag?
continue with legendary season at Road America. Okay, rest of the top battle for the Checkered Flag IndyCar Series is Sunday at 1:30 Eastern on Fox. I mean, one guy that stopped them 3 times this season is Kyle Kirkwood. He's on it. Tyler Awards pretty quick. Did you guys see Joseph Newgarden's last week at St. Louis?
Wild. I saw it, and then I saw one of his competitors, Scott McLaughlin, had a summer shootout there at Charlotte Motor Speedway racing a legend car with SVG, and that was pretty entertaining.
How do you do?
He did fine until he got spun out. That's pretty normal out there, though.
Pretty normal here at the Truck Series. Corey Hines driving away from the field. Things will change. Now, you can see Lane Reeves is hanging right there. Only beat Corey by about a half a tenth of a second last lap. So there's good competitive trucks. And I'm telling you, we talked about the opening start. It's more calm than I thought it would be. As time goes forward, these guys are just going to push harder and harder.
And you see those, I'm sorry, Danny, the first 3 trucks right there, all but ran the exact same lap time that time around the racetrack. So as long as Corey Hine isn't sitting out front just pacing himself, looks pretty competitive right now.
Corey Hine out there with 2 seconds over running the race. What was the 88 Matt Captain talking about?
Jamie, we've got some debris on the grill of the 15 truck creating some overheating issues, but we've got other things causing some overheating. Take a listen.
Well, I
Yeah.
think he's mad.
Yeah. I always tell everybody I help, look, I've been in this position before, but that radio button is the worst thing that you could possibly have as a driver.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, it sounds like Matt Crafton. Sounds like Matt Crafton's fired up on the radio. Corey Himes checked out for now.
Matt Crafton back in 22nd.
They still have to pit.
Talk about the diversity in this series and Matt Crafton. How many starts?
Corey Haim and Brandon Jones are like the only regulars in this field that have won at Pocono, I think.
Well, I think when you talk about the young drivers and you talk about the preparation in time.
Yeah, and speaking of Jones, Connor Jones is in this field. Well, he's driving the 44. Just moved up to 19th.
But these guys, they prepare in the simulator. The guys that are here for the first time racing this truck race are able to go to the simulator and make the laps. And I know it's not like reality, but they have no fear. And they go out on the racetrack and they don't know any difference. And they just go and do the exact same things that they do in the simulator. And they start to work on it. And it doesn't bother them to make their first laps on a racetrack or make their first restart on a racetrack. So a lot of tools outside of the experience on the track in today's world.
So different from the days with you guys where you're actually in the seat on a track testing all the time, and we just don't do that in the sport any longer. So Corey Hine has been our only leader today. He's led all 15 of them. Look at this, 5 laps led in the Craftsman Truck Series. One today on top of the countdown. Very Hine just bumped our own Todd Bodine. He's now led 2,220 laps and counting in the series. Oh, that's right. You're up there at 9.
I didn't know I ever led that many laps in the truck series. So. I did. You led a lot. Won a lot, like you've done your whole life. So, and it's really cool that it took a long time. Your son's coming along. It's so fun to watch all that. Congratulations on his win. It has been fun.
We have Ron Hyman, top of the course. He's led the most laps. Big day for him.
It is a big day. I think, I know today is Ron's birthday. So happy birthday if you're out there listening, buddy.
Good to see Ron in the garages. Working with the younger drivers.
This is something, speaking of younger drivers, you see Roger here, just had him, that's Gio Rivera. We're continuing to see this week in, week out, running up toward the top 5. A lot of speed, had the race, was in a position to win Michigan, didn't work out, but it's cool to see this kid make progress like he's done.
And you're going to your trucks that you thought would be moving forward through this field. Chandler Smith right here, he's got an onboard camera right here behind Brandon Jones as they go down the front straightaway. Hasn't quite made the car as competitive as things are here in the Truck Series, passing, it's just like the Cup Series, passing hard. Passing's always been hard, but the more good truck you got, the harder it is to make your way through the field. Chandler certainly got competitive truck. Look for maybe a little adjustment on the pit stop, making pick up a couple of spots on the restart and get going.
Two of our three former winners in the field. Chandler Smith down here back in 22.
Oh yeah, there's 3 former winners: Corey Hine, Chandler Smith, and Brandon Jones. Yeah, I forget that that Chandler Smith won at Pocono. All right, I think that's a scheduled green flag pit stop.
I like this call a lot. Four tires, you can see. And that's what we're talking about. They're going to flip the stage right here, put themselves in a position to finish this stage, have their new tires, don't have to pit. You can see they just tires only, no ridges going into the back of the truck. Maybe an air pressure adjustment, but they're not going to hold up that stop for a chassis adjustment.
One of followers, Project Cruz completes his work. Grant Fingers in as well. And here comes the leader, Corey Hine, for his first stop of the day.
At about a 3-second lead when he did it, see how this all shakes out. Who decides to stay out and grab those stage points? And you can see Lane Riggs is still on the racetrack.
Todd.
Richie decided to flip the stage because the truck is just so good. Corey wants just a little adjustment, a little bit too free. Got to take some air in the way, rear to fix that. So have a good day for Corey Hine so far.
Not having been to victory lane yet this year, decided he needed that stage point. I think you're 100% right there. He needs a stage point. He needs the stage point.
Cody Dennison.
That would be Cody Dennison.
That's hard contact.
Yes, debris on the track. That will bring out our first caution of the day.
Well, that's going to end the stage.
Stage number 1.
Lane Riggs is going to be the stage winner, that's for sure.
Blown right front tire with that much damage. We'll have to find a replay and see exactly what did happen. There it goes.
Boom.
Off the right front tire, whether it hit debris or had a fender rub or what. Big contact for Cody. So that puts a couple of these trucks.
Hello, Matt. Welcome to the live stream.
Different spot than they probably thought they were going to be in.
Oh, no. So, see, separate on street course. Nice.
Well, Riggs will pit. Yeah. The leaders will all pit. They'll have to take the weight around. See what happens here. There's a lot of moving parts and pieces. But yeah, this 71, 70, he's probably going to be the lucky dog. Anytime a caution tag, a lot of people that come out on the good end of things and some that come out on the bad.
So Cody Dennison makes it into his with the leader. And that is the end of stage 1. Riggs picks up the win there. Hitting second. Connor knows that. Really nice open for him. Others for and Jake Garcia round out your top 5. We're under caution here. Stage 1 in the books. And mix it out then. Figure it all out. After this. With wedding indeed, I worry I'm losing sight of the world around me. For now, I can open up my world with Levismo. Levismo is the first FDA-approved treatment for people with wet AMD that improves vision and delivers a chance for up to 4 months between treatments. So it can Levismo works differently. It's the only treatment that to block 2 causes of wet AMD.
Levismo is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection, active eye swelling, or are allergic to it. Levismo could cause eye infection. Retinal detachment, temporary. Stroke. Yeah. you take the wheel in our all-new racing games, you're going head-to-head in our nationwide leaderboard competition. Every win takes you one step closer to victory. So go ahead, catch my Drift 82, hit the gas. Bragging rights and exclusive prizes are yours to win. And so is this car. This summer, win on all cylinders at Dave & Buster's and leave the competition in your taillights.
Zook's tasty, tender valve treats can turn every outing into an adventure. From park to peak, wherever you roam, don't forget the Zook's. Zook's valve treats.
Keeping your swings hard.
Nice shot, Dad.
Well, replacing your windshield doesn't have to be. Go to SafeLight.com and we can come to you. Safe. Our highly trained techs can replace your windshield where you are, even if that's right in your driveway. Have a good day. I love you. With flexible payment options, get it fixed now and pay later only at SafeLight.com.
SafeLight Repair, SafeLight Replace. Woo! Many people told us they had stuffed crust $50 this week. Oh, only Domino's has never had stuffed crust before. Like a pizza. Until now. Introducing Domino's new and first ever stuffed crust pizza. Yummy. Try one for the first time tonight.
Man, it is great to be here in Michigan. You know, for decades, there has been a legendary sound, and that sound symbolized pure, raw, unapologetic American muscle. That's right.
And also, one more week, trucks will be racing at Lime Rock Park for the first time. Definitely can't wait for that race.
Legends never die. Let's go.
Well, Michael, we talked about it and teased it. We knew something was coming from Rabbit after 13 years out of the sport. They are returning. We'll be right here in the Craftsman Truck Series starting next season. A pretty exciting announcement for that.
You got a couple of championships, 66 wins. Then you got their last win back in 12, and they are back.
Now, Michael, you had a chance to have that special guest on your podcast.
Yeah, we had CEO on our show this week from Ram, and he was able to. I mean, he answered all our hard questions. We even hit him up about having Tony Stewart come back as a team owner since he's got that Dodge top fuel card. But let's take a listen to what he had to say on the show. What does it look like now when you go start looking for the teams? Are you looking for experienced drivers, young drivers? What is the perfect storm for you guys to come into the grid of Daytona and say, these are our guys, these are our teams?
Hey, we're back. We're coming back. We are going to be in Daytona, and we're going to have at least 4 trucks in Daytona. How we're going to actually do that with the team 50, everybody thinks that, I'm trying to play the side of it to see who raises their hand and says they want to work with us because they haven't announced it. That's absolutely not the case.
That was pretty fired up at the announcement and talking to you as well. So we welcome Aaron back into the sport.
But when it was Dodge and now it's Ram, they were always very aggressive in the way they marketed their program and listening to Tim talk about that. And he was actually on the marketing side when Dodge was in NASCAR before. So it's very interesting to see that aggressive approach from Dodge. And to have another manufacturer back in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series is a pretty awesome thing.
Well, pit road is open.
We're going to have some takers. We've got some folks that had some issues, Jamie, on pit road. Grant Hickiner had to make an extra stop due to a valve stem getting knocked out. He's now a lap down. Giorgero ran up there in the 6th position when all this started. They had a really long pit stop. We just have to not get a lap down. We'll see how.
Hello, Mark. Welcome to the live stream.
Pit stop here.
Yeah, it did. We do the same for the others.
He was a little quick start, just like the older cars are making Tyler, and the ultimate fix is quick air.
34 lane race might be the first one that we're hearing talking about win. He's very tight at 1 and 2, and that's where the crosswind is going across the racetrack. But he's perfect in front at turn 3, so that could be his problem. The 45 Caden Honeycutt says the line on his truck is really rough, and he's loose in and it's hitting the splitter, which is moving up the racetrack. Jamie?
Thank you, Tom. Yeah, you see a lot of work on pit road from air pressure to chassis adjustments. We're loud. You see Connor Mozart, his team, let's call it, he'll only up 2 spots there. Lane Riggs loses 1 spot.
Yeah, and I'm not sure about that call, Michael. I just think that there's a fall off and everything.
High rail.
In the first
Hi.
stage with these tires, I think he's going to get ate up pretty quick here on the restart.
Well, the racing community lost a special man this week, Charlie Henderson, beloved owner of Henderson Motorsports. He formed the team back in 1982 as a part-time team in the Cup Series. He went on to win in the Xfinity Series and then twice right here in the trucks, the driver of the Pocono. He was a veteran of the U.S. Army. Charlie Henderson was 88 years old.
For the professional, it's not enough to possess knowledge. We seek to refine it, to wield its power, to redefine its boundaries. Knowledge is put to the test in every GMC Sierra or current eligible GMC owners get 0% APR with a total value of over $11,000 on the Sierra 1500 model. We are professional grade.
Pizza Hut is about to hook you up with more of what you love. Because when you order any pizza, we'll hook you up with a free pizza later. That's a pizza now and a free pizza later. Get even more with the Hut hookup. Order now, only on the Pizza Hut app. No one else Pizza Hut.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, she came out fighting 2 days old. She had to have an open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She took GoodRx and saved me a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. And then you do the math. The money we're able to save with using GoodRx, we're able to do all these extra activities. She can hit hard too, but it's the thing. So it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
The perfect morning calls for the perfect, ridiculously craveable pairing. Jimmy Dean griddle cakes. Your family's pancakey, sausagey, griddle cakey, sweet and savory favorite.
And also, I'm a man who loves it. Now I have relaxed fit hamstring sketcher slippers. No bending down, no touch. Kind of love not using my hands. Right. Enough again. My relaxed fit sketcher slippers.
Inside every dog is a struggle.
Flavor is good. Let's have some good. Chili is fun.
Indulge your dog's good and fun cravings with good and fun treats for dogs. Let dogs dog.
If you were real and you didn't stop for the hours, that might be very viable. It was just
Sarah Benzino, Brandon Coley, Jablonski Auto Body, LLC. Woo! Keep on that quick.
See,
They actually sold the term moving off.
yeah, like stadiums, it's actually expensive. Here comes.
Oasis Breeze, Tan, and Star. You can
I'll be around. You do business with you.
Or we can look at some investment options for you.
What's that? The right money moves aren't as absurd as you think.
The U.S. faces one of America's best. Looking to pro baseball on the world's biggest stage. The road to 2026 starts now. The Gold Cup.
I'm not as much of a baseball guy as I used to be. All my friends retired or moved on. And now you're so busy. So I can't wait for the baseball game. That's going to be so incredible.
August. Looking forward to that. And
Most
we've been talking in
same.
commercial, all these shops around this racetrack and how great it looks. It's just packed. Beautiful weather. We just went on a roll with NASCAR, I think, as a whole, with the weather and where we get racing.
Look the mama.
Passionate race fans. The flags up here for their favorite driver, the grandstand. How the great crowd is. And over 3,300 spots in that infield or that infield racetrack. And they're sold out.
And we talked about a couple of incidents, and Gio Ruggiero, long stop, Trevor, what happened
Come
there?
to Star Stage 2.
Yeah, there's a lot to be missed in that cycle there. Some people say that much to a reason, but Gio Ruggiero was hit the road. He was in that 10-second window that would have kept him on the lead lap. But the stop, the left front tire got hung up with an additional 5 seconds. That's 4 of the lap down. They had to take a free pass there. Instead of restarting fourth here, they're now back in up there with 4 laps. The Gio, and the team will clean up to get that first win.
Well, Trevor, he's got the speed to get it, so it's just a matter of time, I think.
All right, so Stuart Friesen stayed out.
Time to
lots
say
of
so.
So we'll restart here outside clearing time on the inside. Corey, lights out once again today. Nose to nose. Carson Hosevar pushing Stuart Friesen to the outside to head into turn one.
The big Carson Hosevar fan right now, they came out pretty wide. Gotta be careful down there on that corner. And we know that 81 truck's on there as well. Used tires, Stuart Friesen on used tires. He's going on the racetrack right there.
And mentioning Car Lozak in the 81, fuel only there. He was on the fourth side. They're getting out all 3 4 1 behind him.
There it is. This is not going to end good. Oh,
Yep, that's right.
Taylor Smith, he was able to hold that truck off of Tyler Abrams on that front. He was out there. That isn't good at first.
That's all about the start. And hang on to it.
Second grade. Trevor told us that resin, that old resin, is starting to rubber up and start to make that sticky group on used cars like turn three. So we know he's had the best truck. And most of our knows that right now. He needs to stay close to him. And get that truck.
Both of our going for second.
All those tires at the end of that last run. So I think most of our has the whole lot of speed to stay with him.
So Hosevar moves around Friesen. Adrian to second. He's got it to Corey. And he's got his Corey is checked out to stage one by 2 seconds. Battle up front for the lead. Carson Hosevar is just here for the wins. Part-timer, he's already got a win in this very truck, actually, a few weeks ago at Kansas.
Definitely must be thinking. He had good speed on the long haul, but now he's got to run into the run as well.
That's some trouble right there through the tunnel turn. You saw that truck get a little bit loose to the center of the corner and it went over those bumps and he had to chase it up the racetrack. Austin 3 or 4 truck links right there, but still think he's got to be close enough if he can get a good run through turn 3 right here to drive back up to that 11 truck. You see Corey Hunt immediately go to work on trying to break that draft.
You can get a break and get away.
Jake Garcia up to third.
Take advantage of that. That's what we saw there with Hine zigzagging on the front straightaway. The Martin 26 to the 3 right there again.
Remember, this is kind of a duplicate of what we saw last race 2 weeks ago in Michigan. These two going back and forth. And look who is back there in third, Jake Garcia.
Truck's not having good speed this year. That's not going to be for Jake Garcia. He's been there week in, week out. This is just another example of how fast he's been.
7 top 10 finishes for Jake Garcia in the second year. Really nice effort for him. He's come so close this season. Some heartbreak race, but I think this time is coming. Put you in the category, Michael, of drivers who will win that have yet to this season.
He was able to get that new tag out of that no win column.
I think he's weathered the storm right here. The restarts and those first 2 or 3 points a lot worse for Stewart than what they were. I think once they get swung out, the tires start to fall off. Better shape every lap as this goes on. So I think he's going to gain that game. This is all said and done. But he's going to have to hit here. Yeah, he's going to have to hit to see what happens after that. We know that last stage, if it goes the distance, they're going to have to make a break like this stuff.
Already, there's 9 laps remaining in stage 2. It looks like this race is flying by. Corey Heim continues to lead. 49 laps to go from Pocono Raceway. It's a slim margin. Well, that's the thing, is we go side by side.
There's Savard's right there.
We're surprised they make out of the end. Or you could have real fireworks. Baseball on Saturday night. And plot twist, you get the best seat in the house. Saturday night, it's baseball night in America. Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern on Fox.
It takes a lot to get Reinhardt racing, but you gotta see this. There's absolutely nothing like NASCAR's Golden Street Race. This 4th of July weekend, NASCAR takes over Chicago, where you can get an up-close look at some of the best drivers as they battle through downtown. And with live music from Zach Brown Band and Tony Garth, it's a NASCAR experience on a whole other level. Hey, I'll be okay at the KC. NASCAR Chicago Street Race, July 5th and 6th.
So, what's next?
Craftsman. What you build, builds you.
Put the work in. So, you like NASCAR but don't know who to root for? Here's some Toyota legends who get behind. Meet Tyler Reddick. Crushed it in the Xfinity Series and now he's here. Basically, the Cinderella story is Cinderella drove 200 miles per hour. Then there's John Hunter Nemechek. New kid on the block. All gas, no brakes. Oh, and Denny Hamlin. Ever heard of Daytona? He's won it 3 times. No big deal. We have a lot of drivers. All legends. You pick. You in?
From stage number 2 here, Pocono Raceway, as Corey Heim continues to lead over Carson. Mosavardi didn't miss a thing. That man right there, Tim Gray, had 2 big pieces, actually 1 larger piece that already flew off, and debris on the grill, still a little piece remaining. But he's had a great run today, running top 5 all race long, and Stuart
Frieson's coming in for a stop.
The tires, probably an adjustment, but I'm with you, Kevin. That was a big move for the team. Was able to hang there, lift those under the truck, I think 52 is handling it.
Yeah, and I would have they were in a position to be swallowed up there on their restarts. But the restarts worked out. They lost 3 or 4 spots. Four tires on that thing, stay on the lead lap. And they put themselves in a little bit. So it'll be really close. And as he comes off the pit road, staying on the lead lap right here, though.
If he stays on the lead lap, this is a great call because he can make this thing on one more stop.
Well, he's just got to hang on to 4 more laps. 5 more laps here.
There's Ben Rhodes in the back of the pack, didn't have a chance to qualify earlier, had an unfree adjustment. So NASCAR said, nope, we got to start in the back, and he has fought his way back inside. The top of the
Yeah, the 99 Federal's running really well. Starting is fast. He likes the way it's driving, but they got a problem. About halfway through the first run, it started missing. Not really a total miss, but it actually stopped running in the middle. Doug George's crew chief asked him, do you think it's electrical? Do you think it's still back to that fuel cell about halfway down, sucking air? And the problem with that is running that last stage and trying to make it feel like they have no issues. They got to pick the fuel.
I want to say that that 99 is about, he's making more moves than anyone on the racetrack right now. Driving 30 some really good trucks. So that doesn't fight him. And that's what you hope for when you change your crew chiefs and you mix your teams up. You hope for a little bit of a jolt in the performance. So it's good to see from Ben Rhodes and his team in Pittsburgh.
And that's a bit of an adjustment. They got the call at the end of the weekend off last week, and they decided to swap with the 66. So Rich Lucas has been working with them. And now Luke Baldwin is doing it. It could be just a one race swap. It could be the rest of the season. We don't really know. We'll see how it shakes out. But you guys said the 99 is fast, up to 8. As things look the same up front, 49 continues to lead over Parkston Pulsivar.
You mentioned Luke Baldwin and Rich Lucas getting together for this race at least. Luke, that 66 truck, did a nice job running inside the top 20, racing with some really good trucks there. And another truck to give a shout out to is we talked about his trouble in practice earlier. He's right there in the top 20 as well. And you see that tape hanging off the back fender, or back bumper cover right there on that 66 truck. Usually the tire carriers that put tape on the tires to be able to mark it and kind of clock that wheel and tire where they want it to be with spreaders. And so I think that's on the back bumper. This other one might be going at this point.
Laps to go here in stage 2.
Baldwin.
Any of that damage that happens to the front end of these trucks just immediately disrupts everything that's happening from a downforce standpoint. But you see the truck in front of him right there, Dawson Sutton, that 26 truck. First lap of practice, went into turn 1, out to the racetrack, straight metal, went to the floor, into the wall, and never being here before. Didn't get any practice laps, didn't get to qualify. Now he's out there learning everything. Well, he's racing that Rackley Chevrolet around the racetrack. Then he's driven through the platform side of the box. 20, so you got to be thinking he's doing a really nice job with the limited experience that you talk about. It's just behind this group. Gio Ruggiero, who had the problem on pit road, he's raced his way up to be competitive.
That's her. Sutton is 20th right now.
Stage number 2. Stage 1, 49.
Yeah, as 49 goes through the tunnel turn, coming to the last lap of this stage, Stuart Friesen and Chandler Smith right in front of him on the same street for the stage. And will be able to stay on that lead lap with their strategy. So they're going to be on a little different strategy, but they're going to have probably going to have decent.
Corey Heim sweeps the stages. The Bunny and the Jets.
The can be hang on for the third and final stage. 49. Will be high time with a big time this season. Stay with us. Pit stops. Backstop. Sarah Benzino.
Yeah, listen, I'm on the job.
Some folks are drawn to a new country. Others crave the mild pull of a high-performance exhaust. Some like both. We call them family.
This is the new Dell AI PC with Intel inside. A PC so ahead of its time, it actually helps you save time. Like literal hours. Because it does all of your busy work for you. So you can get busy doing things you actually want to do. And who would want more time for that?
No fees, no interest.
No answers, no interest. Please.
You can pay your own way.
Did you start? The captain wants you back.
We asked people who said they had Domino's stuffed crust pizza before to compare it to our new stuffed crust. Only Domino's has never had stuffed crust before. Or introducing Domino's new and first ever stuffed crust pizza. Try one for the first time tonight.
If you will, and you yourself for the
We are again done. New hands-free cozy fit sketches slippers. Like those puff jacket. It's a cozy little sweater for the spring. Introducing new hands-free cozy fit sketches slippers. Ultra comfortable sneakers you just step into with no bending down or touching.
Oh, the Poconos.
You know.
So back to the action. Corey Hunt has broken the record. His 12th state runner-up in the event that is the most ever.
Right now.
Let's just mention that we have five more races in the regular season after this.
You watch
All the playoffs still to go too. So what season did Corey Hyman put together?
What are you watching?
Said it multiple times.
Truck race. We're in stage 3 now.
Be successful in what he does, but right now he's just taking a run in the truck series.
Corey Himes swept the stages.
So it is open. Cover your first out.
Pocono. They showed an old throwback commercial to Kevin Harvick and Delana because the area is known as the honeymoon capital of the United States. As they say, they showed an old throwback commercial featuring the Harvicks and what appeared to be Jeff Hammond in a hot tub or something. I mean, Jeff Hammond. I mean, Matt Yoakum. I mean, Jeff. You get it? Ha 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 ha.
Last year, Ram killed the Hemi V8. If people had opinions, see people that killed the Hemi, send me out here with these guys.
Oh yeah, we had the truck series. The truck series have 4 regular season races after today. Lime Rock, IRP, Watkins Glen, and Richmond. Hello, Moon of Gameplays. Welcome to the live stream. Nice to see you again. Oh yeah, they're showing the Dodge commercial. No clue.
So when that happens, they're gonna pull up all the drivers that drove Ram, right? Dodge.
Yeah, the last win for Ram was Ryan Blaney back in 2012. Because back then he drove for Brad Keselowski's old truck team.
Oh, that far back?
Yes. You see that? The commercial's pretty much calling us pretty much.
The stars of NASCAR return to Sonoma for California's only NASCAR race. 3 action-packed days of high speed.
Yeah, I wish we had more California races.
Summer in Sonoma just got sweeter. The Toyota CMR 350 July 11 through 13. Tickets at SonomaRaceway.com.
Let's see. What did I miss? You didn't really miss much, really, Shahir. Stages 1 and 2 have been clean.
We asked people who said they've had Domino's stuffed crust pizza before to compare it to our new stuffed crust. Only Domino's has never had stuffed crust before. Until now. Introducing Domino's new and first ever stuffed crust pizza. Try one for the first time tonight.
Get 5% cash back on the local category. I choose my favorite, my debit card. You don't know. Where do we go from here?
What's up with the hair? Is he going curly?
No, it's probably just for the commercial. Seems like Will Ferrell's always had the same haircut for the longest time.
Really, we're the same age, right?
Yes.
The third and final stage here. 36 laps to go now outside that fuel window. So what do you do to help them?
Well, you hear it right there. You hear Chandler Smith.
His birthday's next month.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's also a 67er.
When you have that switch shut off, you flip it back on while the engine is dead, and then listen, you'll hear it pop the clutch. The engine will come back on. If you went hard, you want to just take advantage and do the best job you can as a driver. You can't kick the power back on, right back off. You want to try to take advantage of every foot on that racetrack. You can have that engine on. Yeah, and it's all about how many seconds can I leave the vehicle on. I want that truck to run as little as possible in order to save gas. So that's what he's doing right here. And it just depends on how close this gets to being in everybody's window. We talk about 31 to 34 laps. So right now we see 35 laps to go. We've seen a couple trucks on pit road and topping their fuel tanks off. So there's no caution right here. This is going to get really interesting.
One caution that'll make these guys pretty good to go. So they think the last five Pocono races have caution in the final stage. You had last two races with had multiple. So this race says, oh God.
We see a lot of trucks in the back there to pop their tanks off. And that was good news for Scottish Pit. So he wanted to save fuel, get some fuel position, and take it down all the way. Then that's the goal. And you're going to see a bunch of them right here at the back of the field. So they have to, when they get an extra time, that's actually a penalty. So they're going to all run in single file at the end of the longest line. So you're going to see a bunch of trucks double file, and you're going to see a bunch of trucks at the back of the pack single file. So when you get that extra time, you don't get the option to choose, so you have to line up single file at the tail end of the longest line.
Seven trucks. And for the second time he topped off, his truck is off. Roger Carew stayed out. 15. He races on the outside of the Tessio.
All right, back to green, final stage. Ty Majeski gained a lot of ground on that restart.
Yeah, you see they come off the turn one right there, 3 wide already, and now you see one on the apron. There's a massive train down there for the dotted lines that you saw that truck in. Now you have to make some firmer decisions for 2 wide down here in the final turn, or you're going to have an accident. Angle here on the bottom of that corner. Taylor Smith used his strategy to race through this field.
Aside from the 4 drivers that are out of this race, everyone else is on the lead lap.
It's like this, Trevor, you didn't really work out as good as they thought it was going to work out with the track position game. So he and Stuart Friesen kind of didn't really gain anything by their strategy of shortening the last stage. And the Chandler thing, I think they actually changed left side tires, but didn't gain any ground.
Carson Escobar running third in the second truck. Pablo Dyer updated and said, "Here's to know that truck was really good. He wanted the front end or the rear. So that can help him with some security."
Oh, crash. Wow. Multi-truck crash. Grant Enfinger, Connor Jones, and I saw some of Ankrum. Dawson Sutton.
I saw that out of the top of the screen right there. You saw the first.
Oh yeah, I heard about Dale Jr. being a crew chief for Connor Zilish this weekend too.
We saw one truck all the way off the racetrack down the back. And not only is it a tight corner, but when you get to the middle of that corner, those 2 massive bumps that really set those trucks off if your angle is bad on entry. Grant had just got the free pass and was back on the lead lap after his bump on pit road. Now he's got bigger bumps.
Take a look. What happened here? They took out these 4 trucks.
And you're going to see Grant Enfinger right here, almost 4 wide. And then he winds up, like you say, Mike, he just winds up with a bad angle right there.
Yep.
Gets flipped in the right rear quarter panel off the racetrack.
99. Made contact with 99.
And several more pile in right here as they're trying to miss this many trucks of the 9 to 18 there.
And 22 and
through there.
And Rhodes has contact, but like you said, Michael, heads up.
Look at his angle. That's what it's all about right there. He squeezes Ben Rhodes up a bit. And I think that starts his mess. Ran into Ben and Ben into Tyler. That 18 truck. And you see the 44 into the back of the 26 right there. Looking at Gio squeezing through the bottom. Frankie Muniz nicely done.
Riding her.
there, but I want caution in the last stage. And the thing about this one caution, Kevin, it'll be a little bit lengthy because of the towing this 44 truck back to the pit.
There's been a debris out there, so we'll step aside. We're continuing to clean up here. Hopefully one last look is up there 40 times. Join more than 7 million adults, like Michael, who take care of that.
As touring musicians, my type 2 diabetes could have slowed us down, but I didn't let it. I'm like walking the board street, and this is what my Ozempic era looks like. I'm lowering my A1C and lost some weight too. I also learned some people take Ozempic to lower the risk of major cardiovascular events like stroke, heart attack, or death, and others take it to lower the risk of worsening chronic kidney disease.
Don't share needles or pens or use needles. Don't take if you or your family had MTC, MN2, or if allergic to it. Stop taking and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck or any of allergic reaction. Tell your provider if you plan to have surgery or procedure, are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be. Serious side effects may include inflamed pancreas, gallbladder or severe stomach problems, or changes in vision. Call your prescriber if you have any of these symptoms. Taking with a sulfonylurea or insulin may raise blood sugar risk. Common side effects include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, constipation. Some side effects lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems. Discover the GLP-1 with the most FDA-approved uses. Ozempic.
Sadly, windshield chips can turn into windshield cracks. But at least you can go to SafeLight.com and schedule a fix in minutes. Sweet! SafeLight can come to you for free, and our highly trained techs can replace your windshield right at your home. With flexible payment options, get it fixed now and pay later. Only at SafeLight.com.
SafeLight Replace. Summer fun is around every turn at the all-new Dave & Buster's. With never foreseen games like Hot Wheels Victory Lap. Brand new menu items, including turbocharged ticket fighters, and a nationwide race with players across the country. Zoom up the new leaderboard and race toward exclusive prizes before they race off without you. So rev those engines and win on all cylinders at the all-new Dave & Buster's.
And free schedule slippers now come in Glidestep Max Cushion. That should give you an idea that you can buy all my favorite sports in the one. Your bathroom baby, try Glidestep Max Cushion and free schedule slippers.
The road to 2026 continues with the Gold Cup this Sunday at the Stars and Stripes Great Bond Events Stadium. No easy path, no second chances. Coverage begins Sunday, 6 Eastern, on Fox. Coverage. And you said,
Yeah.
we continue on the Craft Bowls Cup. As cleanup continues here all in the red, 6 trucks ran empty, but they came in and pitted once, Michael.
It didn't go well.
What do you think of it?
Bidder didn't get clearance, and now they're taking their time and working on it. The one that came is just right there on that front corner.
Use that thing.
Get that. Like, the first time they missed it by a mile, it flattened the second tire that they put on. So now, as you see the
Car wash,
truck
but
that
again, here,
one. Two back here, right there. We've got more caution lines. So what you do, like, you stay on the racetrack, you keep your track position up front. If you're in the middle of the pack, I'm staying out, but I'm up front because I want to make sure that I keep my track position. There's not another caution you hit here. Unless you're Corey Hamm, Superman, you're probably not going to be able to get back through the field.
There's Superman. Where's the tape right there? It's probably the fan. Calling the shots for Corey Hamm atop the pit box, and I wondered about this. Watching Peru. They made their bed, they stayed out.
And they were the 71 truck was the only truck on this strategy. The last time they did it was, lap 25 or 23. So, they gambled a little bit right there. Everybody else in the field did not. So now they have to kind of start over here, put new tires on, but they're going to have fuel. They're going to have plenty of fuel. They're not going to have any worries. And he's not a solid truck. So if this thing does go green and some of these guys start running out, they're going to feel really good about this strategy.
So, what's next?
Craftsman. What do you do? Buildings here.
Bouncing every roll lasts longer, so you can tackle it. Bouncing every roll is continuous build without running out. Bounce, you're good to go. I'm going down. It's time to play the 1% Club.
Fox Tuesday. How does your race stack up to the rest of the country?
What animal is represented by mighty the images below?
Play along to find out.
You think you're going to win this entire game? Thank you for your honesty.
The 1% Club. All new Tuesday on Fox.
Northern California.
The dealerships and dealers trusted for more than 80 years. Gives you freedom to save with no hidden costs, no inflated accessories, no fees. Just real people and real prices. Your freedom, your savings. We're the #1 seller of dealers at Pocono.
I think, oh yeah, the 22 was in that wreck. Clayton Green.
You pay what we pay. Right now, get employee prices on a 25-gram 1500 squad cab for only $34,999. Employee pricing continues higher inventory. Right off 99 Spellman for Roads and Iron Finance. 77 Church. Prices are better at the low price center. Low price center. Visit us at lowpricecgr.com.
This copyright is our past informed without the authorized written consent of NASCAR broadcasting. NASCAR will want to thank all of our fans for your support. May we all enjoy today's broadcast.
Welcome back to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series live from Pocono Raceway. Big Girl Michael Waltrip coming perfect lane. Bobby Dines, Trevor Van covering all the action on pit road. So we're talking about how close we are to the end of the regular season. This is how the points look as of now. You see the drivers in yellow, they are locked into the playoffs. That is 4 spots remaining. Michael, what do you see the biggest change?
Well, there's just that bubble. Whether you're in or you're out, how the guys will give you nice job. Our team all year long been very steady, very consistent. But I do believe, Kevin, that there's somebody below that line that wins the race. There's another gets you. And you think about it, time Majeski had went from damage. There's now you see him made out his teammate Garcia, like you're saying, but Grant Hinfinger was 52 points above the cut line before that last stretch, and now he's only plus 28. So we talk about winners, but those points still matter. It's a balancing act, and as you have that 56-point lead, which is almost the whole race, now you've almost cut it in half. And we talked about so much the speed of Lane Grigg. Well, he's 54 to good now, but you saw how fast things got serious for Stuart Friesen. So nothing's a guarantee, and we've got some really interesting racetracks coming up as we race toward the playoffs.
Yes, we do. Take a look at what our next 6 weeks look like. And we soon have triangle where we are now. Next week, you're something for the first time. We're going to Live Rock.
Yeah, you think about guys like Connor Mozak that have that road racing background and have been to some of these, probably been to Line Rock in something other than the truck. So, good road racer. And that's the type of situation that can really mix these point standings up.
The 4 races remaining in the regular season after tonight's race.
We're hopping on a couple of short tracks for line trains down. This is fun.
Trevor, what do you hear about time adjustment? They've had to work that out today.
They certainly have, Jamie. They had that left up hitter in early in the race, and they didn't even think they could get it fixed. And the people on the radio told, man, I don't know if they're doing this thing, but they've got it fixed up. He's up to the top 10 now. Like, you were just talking about road races and Connor Mozak and some of these tracks. How about time adjustment, the short tracks we got coming up?
Absolutely. I mean, you look at hierarchy and you look at Richmond, and it just it just screams his name and his team and the success that they have had on those short tracks. So this thing is wide open for that bubble spot and who gets in on points and how many winners we have over the next 4 weeks. But there are definitely some interesting racetracks as to who can win for those short tracks. I'm Jesse out here at College, but everywhere else, when you go to Richmond and IRPs, most likely going to be next.
His first win of the year in 2024 at IRP. I know they got that on circle. That's just impressed by what they did. And Trevor just said they didn't know if they could get the truck fixed. Now here he is running sixth.
Shoots it up here. Find what's happening down there in the 34 pit.
Well, Michael, they restarted on the goal and started the race out pretty good. At the end, that first stop was a little loose. Just talked to Bill Pocono, his crew chief. He said he tightened it up. Went a little too far. It was a little too tight the second run. So this last stop, he said he went right down the middle, opened it. That's the right magic number. And they can run with the legs up.
The time we talked to Dwayne before the race, right back, he was so confident about his truck in the long run and how he would have practiced. So that adjustment maybe stepped a little too far going back. He could be seriously competing for this win with 49.
Yeah, and as you look at 6:35 here, and you start to see those shadows on the side of the truck, and usually one of the first things that happens at Pocono, as the sun sets, those shadows start to creep in over turn 3, and when that track temperature goes down, we know how fast it starts to cool off in the mountains, but that shadow starting to creep in over turn 3 sometimes starts to change how those trucks handle, but we're not quite to that point yet of the shadows in turn 3.
This is going to be a wild restart. We saw that last time. That's why we're under this caution. By the way, ever since we've gone under caution, Taylor Smith has been taking just as much damage. It's just a process all the way to when they get ready to line up here on the front straightaway. They'll get after the gas, stick those tires down, and then go racing in that 38 truck.
Look at the pylon on top 49. As long as that, not to the time, he has the fastest lap so far tonight. They get an extra point when the race is the fastest lap turn. 54:51. He's getting out here. 54 and a half seconds.
All right, come back to green.
Tonight, 42 laps led. Lane Briggs, 5 laps led.
Get serious, Jay.
49 more at those tires. Goes the outside, Lane Briggs on the inside.
All right, come back to green with 25 to go. Whoa, Jake Garcia gets loose. Ooh, contact, and there he goes. Around he goes, and boom. Hits the wall hard. Damn. Yeah, those are going to be implications for sure. Yeah, he got loose.
the new Dell AI PC with Intel inside. A PC so ahead of its time, it actually helps you save time, like literal hours. Because it does all your busy work for you. So you can get busy doing things you actually want to do. And who would want more time for that?
There are many ways to dress your those hot before. But which is best? Is it the protection? Sweet and sour? Dare I say, or not so?
This is Joseph Bud. Joseph was conceived to the races. Stop drinking milk at 2. Back at 32. Get the strong bones. Now that's what's classical. Joseph wins in the way. This is his blood. He's translated his hand-eye coordination. He might have the greatest jawline in sports. He's not that handsome. And on his side, Joseph flies.
On the week.
We continue under caution for the incident involving Jake Garcia. We've got to look at this once again. Unbelievable that it was only one truck that really suffered from damage.
There you see Jake inside third row right there. He's going to peek under the 45 truck right there. He's got squeezed a bit enough to go he went. I thought he had it all gathered up, and then right here, Brandon Jones bounces into it, puts him right up in front of Jesse. And then Jesse had nowhere to go and spins him around. I cannot believe all these guys missed that spinning 13 truck.
Going about 160 miles an hour or so. Look at this.
You see the one into the side right there, and right up in front of Jesse.
A lot of heads-up driving right there by the pack. Like you said, he started on the inside of the third row, and there's a lot of stuff that happened in them.
Just so we could really get a good view. You see that just squeezing in on the racetrack right there.
Mouth watering.
Almost points the right rear corner now on the chamber, but he actually hits the 77 right there, fourth down right there.
There's Perez did a nice job keeping that thing straight, but a lot of damage did truck as well. Just not the result for Big Garcia.
We talked about playoffs aren't far off.
This is good news for all of our truckers that we're close on fuel. Should be getting close to the point where we can save enough now to be good for not only the finish of the race, but maybe even a green light checkered if that happens.
And we talked about that time of day. How much shade now.
And that really changes things at this racetrack. As you see the 98 truck come down pit road right here. Put those sticker tires on this. Trevor?
Yeah, and there's a lot of discussion about this stop. Keep in mind, the 98 was on 2 tires that last stop that took out some track position. They talked about how many cars are on the lap, but if you can get back to the field, at the end of the day, they decided to put some stickers on this 98 truck this time.
I like it. I'd always much rather be on offense than just trying to play the track position game. And even if you got to go to the back of the pack, you're kind of running 12, 13, 14, somewhere right in there. Probably make up some good track position with those tires and at least be in control of going forward.
Yeah, you can be aggressive. Here's that motor really low RPM range. Not shepherd that right now, Will.
50 go.
And you want to ride around in fourth gear. You want to keep those RPMs low and be able to keep the fuel usage down as much as possible. Keep the engine cool. But not only when you're saving gas, but a lot of times you'll shut that engine off to keep that intake manifold cold and try to get the engine as cool as possible to get the most power out of the truck on the restarts, which are so important here. You want to have maximum power on the restarts to be able to have that truck run as good as possible and be cool as part of that process.
We were freezing, riding long, saving fuel.
Oh, shit.
After bouncing all over the place here today.
Yeah, was falling her way, but they rebounded nicely. Showed her down, and it was coasting. Still in the midst of it.
So the top 14 laps cleared on lap 43. Since then, we've had 15 laps of caution. You have to remember, we have overtime along these laps. So
I think they're in pretty good shape now. I mean, that's a lot of caution laps that we've run in this final stage right here. So you never know, but it seems like they're in pretty good shape, even probably for at least one overtime attempt. A lot of the trucks on and off pit road, maybe focus here too. You can see Ben Road.
I think Everling's doing a good job in that 07 truck.
Now they're just adding fuel and making sure they repair.
All right, Roger Cruz is up to 19th.
Also saw Grant Finger on off pit road. He's got his tires all clear, I think.
there's been a lot of action so far. Let's take a look back at the recap of the day. Blaine Riggs into the field green for the first time in his career. And the 19 and 98, they have contact. Blaine Riggs picks up stage number 1. Battle here. 49 around Stuart Friedman.
This number 11 in the lead.
Yes.
Sweeping the first two stages in that 11 truck.
49 picks up his 12th stage win of the season right there. And then this contact. Red and Finger. Tyler Ingram then loads the ball back and turns to the back of the field up to the top 10. And now continuing to work on that damage. And now a precaution for this incident. Jacob Field.
Bounced off the one truck up in front of his teammate. Nowhere to go.
EPA 6-1 over.
He has done a nice job of recovering so far, though.
Sure has. Joe Shear Jr. on Fox doing a nice job keeping them calm. See here the race summary, 4 different leaders, 6 different lead changes. Trucks on the lead lap, 26. And the caution out for the third time. How's this one going to shake out? It feels like we're in this position so often, guys, where we're like, well, 49's been the best truck, and well, it seems to really more often than not, he's lost it. So, anything on first group?
Well, after Michigan, I just don't know how it could work out in a number of different ways. But Corey Lyons had the dominant truck, as you say, he's had the dominant truck at a lot of races over the course of this year. But right now, it's going to come down to the restart, and a lot of it's going to depend on that inside row and that 34 truck right there. If he's able to stay somewhat side by side with the 11, but we haven't seen that combination of 11 and 7 right there with Kosovar in the second lane. Kosovar's been a really good pusher so far.
You got to figure Corey Hahn likes looking in his mirror and seeing what he sees there. He's not going to get dive-bombed. He's gonna have control of the race if he gets the kind of start he wants. And then I just like being on that outside. So, 49 asking spotter if he sees anything wrong with the tire.
Miss perhaps on that 11 truck?
If it's the right rear.
Well, we talk about all the weird, crazy things that have happened.
Oh.
Everybody by.
And that's the smart thing.
Wow.
Just get out of the way, get yourself in a position to get to pit road. But how
Well,
many times have we seen this with
wow, Corey Haim's race just came undone. Oh, you think?
Scott Fidinelli saying what? 48 laps today, picked up the stage when they were leading. And now he has to come down pit road.
Damn.
Tired of that one things up.
And that should make Riggs the control truck right
All
there.
right, Lane Riggs is going to be the control truck.
Who the control truck is, but
All right, here we go. 19 laps to go. Wow. And Connor Mosak's the highest Bill McAnally truck right now. Ooh, that speedy. Wow, penalty for Carson Hocevar. The black flag for the Sith.
Oh my goodness, how things have just changed. I mean, clear as day, too. So the electric market makes it down to his pit. 18 laps to go. Now Hocevar has been penalized. That'll give the lead to Lane Briggs. Let's listen to Carson Hocevar's radio after the penalty.
Yeah, you can argue all you want, but once the decision is made, you're gonna have to stop. You were the first one to the box, and you were the first one to take off. You broke the rules. I mean, that's the. And we saw that at Indianapolis in the Cup race a couple of years ago with Brian Blaney and whoever else was it like Kyle Larson was on the right there.
Corey Heim will now be 26. Last car on the lead lap.
And again, like 49, we're talking to see if they can make something happen late in the race.
Unbelievable. 16 to go, 2 rounds of stretch, Michael. On pit road for different issues. Lane Briggs gets his first career pole today. Will it be his day to get the win? First one of the season?
Well, he talked about the first adjustment was too much. Bill Keller went back and took half of that adjustment out, and it looks like he's just loving his truck right now. Running some of the fastest times of the day.
And either way, point out there's too many competition. So the quality of the truck ultimately went down. That was necessary to be able to lead the race with the 7 and the 11 truck. So even with his back adjustment, he was probably better than the other 15 and 45 because he's had a really good truck out there.
Let's get an update on Tanner Gray running second, Trevor.
Yeah, guys, as you can imagine, the intensity just picked up for the top four drivers. Nothing better race week this season. For Tanner Gray, his car fully trusted helps go get the 34-years. Good chill on the long run. Also chilling up the win that just picked up on the front stretch, guys.
That win is a couple of rounds of Pocono can shove your truck around and deal with it.
And the pace is just faster. Usually Scott Briggs was 4 tenths faster than Tanner Gray that last lap. But the pace itself has picked up because the temperature has gone down. You see cloudy cover over the racetrack. That just really makes the speed in this racetrack start to rise when it cools off like this.
What about Patrick Emerly? Up in the top 10 for 6 there, just lost the spot to Bozak. Bozak's doing a great job. Also, good stories up front.
Yeah, but Patrick Emerling, the modified driver, this is different for him. He worked part-time for SS3 Driver the Xfinity Series, making his 4th career truck start, and investing in his fire truck. So he's doing it right, keeping it clean, and nothing to wait from. As we count down the laps here, just 14 to go, we will step aside for our last box, side by side. Lane Briggs continues to lead.
Saturday's baseball night in America on Fox, and it's an MLB showdown as Juan Soto leads the Mets against Kyle Schwarber and the Phillies. Saturday at 7 Eastern on Fox. The USA is America's best. Looking at program on the world's biggest stage. Football for 2026 starts now. The Gold Cup on Fox.
And that's why you never drive those things.
Party's over, big guy.
You're tired of hearing, I gotta get my truck dirty. With WeatherTech laser measured floor liners front and rear, a seat protector, full bed protection, trucks.
Oh wow.
You just got WeatherTech.
Fucking Craftsman just hit the wall. Or did he just have a flat in general?
Order your premium American-made products at WT.com. Under the Saturday night lights at Richmond, there's no place to hide.
Now, I'm not sure if Gray can catch him. He could. I doubt it.
NASCAR weekend at Richmond Raceway. Get your tickets now at richmondraceway.com.
12 laps to go here from Pocono Raceway as Blake Riggs looks to get his first win of the season. And he just took a fastest lap, by the way, 54.33. He's been all smiles today. There was just kind of a vibe earlier about Lane.
Look, we gave him a front.
Got front.
Corey Hunter.
That's the point.
Lane time. Hey, you can hear it in his voice when we interviewed him for the break. I know.
So interesting. A year ago, this was a disaster for him at Pocono. Now look at him.
I mean, if you think about it, Lane Riggs needs a win.
Speed in those trucks, and you're out there contending for wins, and knowing that you're in position to capitalize on that really makes you confident, even though you're not winning those races when you've got the speed in the truck.
Tanner Gray, best career finish is second. This is his 131st career start. That's a long time to be waiting for that win. He picked up a couple of wins in the Arc and Menard series. But what a great day. Got to hang your head high. And at least finish it out here.
They've had a rough stretch, too. They used 5-6 races ago. They had top finish. Kentucky was top finishes. This Kevin, I know you're an Iowa State, and I think that you love his late model prowess and his study and his work ethic. He's just a quality young man.
I just like his grit, and I've been fortunate to watch Gabe in the Cars Tour, whether it be in our pro late models or late model stocks, and even when he gets in an underperforming car, he always figures out how to put himself in position because of what you see right there. That thing is on the edge. He's finding the edge of that grip all the time.
As the leader crosses the line, we've reached our Craftsman 10 laps to go. We call it the Krabby Cars back here.
Yeah. That makes me dizzy. Watch this out of those straight ones up here.
Feels good as a driver, Mike. And the reason that they do that, they offset all that is to get more side force on the truck. It actually has angle in the side of the truck, and then you get that spoiler.
Raja Karith is up to 12. Yeah.
One of those beautiful trucks. So bright, Brandon Jones, being in the top 5 all day. Doesn't come over here a whole lot, but Michael, he's always one to talk about. Running for Tri-Con Garage, got his first and only Truck Series win here back in 2020.
Daniel Hemrick takes the ball behind him, top line of that Napa Auto Care Chevrolet. I like saying Napa Chevrolet. He's done a nice job. You can see the steady progression. I think he's a little bit better than Brandon right now. See if he can make a move on him.
And after the first practice, I really felt that these guys thought that they had some really good trucks, and we just started in qualifying. Didn't really have the speed that they needed at qualifying in front of the pack. Haven't made a lot of noise today, but they've done a good job grinding it out, keeping themselves out of trouble, and now put themselves in the top 5.
His best. Trying to rally his time of destiny there.
Moseout in the 81. This guy's 26. He's only been racing. I believe he started when he was about 18 years old, and he's just been on the fast track. He's raced everything, and you mentioned his prowess on a road course. I mean, he's really had to learn and adapt to ovals. And I mean, he's got in the Menard series. He's done some Xfinity, running full-time this year, and just really a nice job today.
Over hands Chandler Smith that's heating up the back of Moseout.
And I was like you, Michael. I really thought as we got into the race that he would continuously make himself forward like he's done all year in all the other races. But This has not been the day where they've been able to have the performance like Lane Riggs, his teammate, up in front of the pack. Been a crazy day for the next gap we're going to look at. On and off of strategy, on and off the pit road. Had a little bit of everything go in different directions for him today, coming off that huge win at Michigan. And man, that takes so much pressure off of him and the race team as you see him at work inside the truck, flipping his fan switches or whatever he's got up on the dash right there, and trying to get everything that he can, probably an alternator switch, most likely, go down the straightaway as fast as you can without the alternator. So a lot of things for the drivers to do inside these vehicles, and a lot of work through these corners here at Pocono. Because you got a long time on those long straightaways to work your buttons if you need to. So it's running over the sunset.
Your freezing became our ninth different winner this year. 2 weeks ago,
All right. We now have 7 coming to 6 laps to go here at Pocono.
Well, that's what Lane wants. Lane's hoping for no cautions. He wants this race to just continue running like it is running right now.
All right, we got 6 laps to go in the truck race at Pocono Raceway. Pole sitter Lane Riggs is your race leader. Tanner Gray's second, Caden Honeycutt's third. I highly doubt that anyone would run out of gas, considering there was a concern about fuel and all that, or tires or whatever.
That's the bare knuckle brawl for him.
Talk about the top 10 we have. We got Tanner Gray in second, Caden Honeycutt, Brandon Jones, Daniel Hemrick, Connor Mosack, Chandler Smith, Stuart Friesen, Ty Majeski, Raja Caruth back there. As y'all know, Corey Heim had to pit with a soft tire, and Hocevar got penalized on the restart because he thought he was a control truck, but he wasn't.
Those are new mistakes and in new situations. And Lane's still really young, but he's fast, he's aggressive, and willing to.
This will be Ford's first win of the year.
Take those chances and trying to win races, and now he's at that point of, hey, I'm up in front of the pack, and now I've learned how to position myself, and now he's in a position today to take advantage of his two main competitors being out of the race with another fast truck, looking like he could capitalize with 5 to go.
And as he left off, he's got an over 3-second lead. He was the fastest truck on the racetrack last time by. I don't know if I'm a crew chief, I might be saying, let's roll back over.
Yeah, I highly doubt Tanner Gray will get to him. Yeah,
Yeah, he's on the fast truck on the lead lap, running some great lap times. That time by Corey Heim was the fastest truck on the track, so I don't think Riggs is going to catch him. It's just going to be a matter of did we save enough fuel? We always see that to be a bit of a surprise at the end of some of these races, guys that run out and we would.
And I think right now with as many caution laps as we had, it would surprise me if they ran out. But like you said, you just never know in this truck deal. We talked about one of the trucks earlier, talking about a pinhole in the pickup and the motor starting to miss and not running through the corners. So it's you never know when these tanks start to get empty if there's issues with that.
3 to go.
Let's just roll off the gas a little bit. We don't need to be running.
Ankram's still out there.
We just got to survive for 3 laps. Got a nice gap, but he's hammered down.
Last season, and this year the team expanded. They brought on Chandler Smith, and Chandler comes out and he wins not once but twice, and that's got to weigh on you a little bit. Knowing like, hey, this guy just came into my team, and now he's won twice. But these two are getting along as teammates.
Yeah, Bristol was Riggs' last win.
Maybe today.
Lane Glad came there, just another brain, another great racer that's giving information to the team to make those trucks better.
And from front row, they've done a great job with their Truck Series program. But let's not forget, Ford hasn't been very good at this racetrack. I think Ryan Blaney was the last one to win at this particular racetrack, and it's been a long time since Blaney won. So
2 to go.
So it's, you know, Ford hasn't necessarily been the trucks to beat at this particular racetrack. So Lane Riggs and Front Row Motorsports doing a good job.
Yes, he is.
2 laps to go, Lane. Hold that pretty wheel.
Look in that mirror and see no competition. That's a great feeling. And what he wants to do, Kevin, is get back to that start finish line without the yellow coming out. If he gets back there and takes away the next flag, it's the end of the race.
And I always like to brag on our late model stock guys, cars tour, with his competitors, and you look at Lane Riggs and Jake Williams running first and third. Those guys just a great career in the late model stock in the cars tour in NASCAR. All those tracks around the South.
All right, here we go. White flag for Lane Riggs. 1 lap to go. Yeah, Tanner Gray ain't going to catch him. Wow. Definitely capitalized on the woes of Corey Hyman, Carson Hocevar. Oh, man. Definitely got for sure.
But today at Pocono, 23-year-old from North Carolina wants to see that checkered flag. Makes his way there. Lane Riggs.
Off turn 3, Lane Riggs in Front Row Motorsports. He finally gets his first win of the season. He wins Pocono. It's the first win this season for Ford as well in the Truck Series. Wow. Guess they managed to make it somehow. Wow, what a race. Not a bad race. It was a good race.
We saw him throw his shoulder out the last time he was up on top of that truck. So let's just hope that shoulder is in good shape.
Yeah, I know the park. I literally live right by it, SL Fong Park. Yeah, looks like they're building what appears to be new sidewalks and expanding the park. It seems like won't take them long to finish that. That's for sure. Oh yeah, you're right. Chandler Smith has won twice with them this year.
Today's their 13th career win. Ford's got to be happy, Kevin.
Oh yeah. I keep forgetting Ford won 3 races has won twice earlier this year. Oops, mistake by me. 3rd win this season for Ford in the Truck Series. Oops. Yep. Both of Front Row Motorsports' trucks have won this year now. Let's go. Kind of fitting the 34 truck won, considering Front Row Motorsports did win at Pocono in the Cup Series 9 years ago with Chris Buescher, and that was his first career win back then. Wow. GG Lane Riggs. Definitely weren't going to be denied today. And also, my top pick won for today, too. So there's that. Awesome.
Lane's a very emotional kid, and I think you're going to see a really fun celebration right here.
They're all disconnected. I can't wait to see his dad. Grew up on the racetrack, watching his dad in victory. There's that checkered flag waiting for him. Shoulders good. Hugs all around. And our top 09 is there to hear from our happy winner.
Hey, buddy. Well,
I know, right?
moving on to last year, you first wanted a green flag. Your first wanted a
Yeah, Pocono's known for being a weather-prone track, but I'm glad the weather held up today. That's for sure. So yeah, good race. Lane Riggs, he definitely needed this win. He's been so close this year, but he wasn't able to. Yeah, he wasn't able to capitalize on it. That's the word I'm looking for, and he capitalized courtesy of issues for Hocevar and Corey Heim. So yeah, well, better late than never. Well, he's the 7th different driver to lock himself into the playoffs. Dang, we've had 3 different Truck Series winners already. So we got, and speaking of which, we got 3 spots left. Dang, Enfinger, Honeycutt, and Majeski are above the cutoff line. Yeah, it's gonna be tight. Yeah, post-race inspection too. We'll have to wait for that. So yeah, good race. A few contenders got taken out, but they weren't like major contenders early on. But overall, it was a good race. Wasn't too boring. It was entertaining in its own way. And Lane led 25 laps today, not the most laps. And he was arguably, I guess you could say, he was the second best truck behind Corey Heim. But again, courtesy of those mistakes, Lane capitalized and got the W. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow for the Xfinity race. And then Sunday, I'm gonna be doing the IndyCar race at Road America because it's been a minute since I've seen that one. So yeah, I'll see y'all then. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Oh yeah, before we go, let's take a look at the results quickly. Wow. Tanner Gray, Caden Honeycutt, Brandon Jones, and Daniel Hemrick rounds up the rest of your top 5. And then we got Mo Sack, Chandler Smith, Stuart Friesen, Ty Majeski, and Raja Caruth rounding out the top 10. Damn. Yeah, Hocevar probably wouldn't have yeah. Well, Hocevar recovered to 13th. Damn, Patrick Emmerling finished 15th, and he was running in the top 10 for a majority of the race. Oh, well. I mean, 15th not bad. It's not going to hurt. Frankie Muniz avoids trouble today and finishes top 20. Love to see it. Corey Heim, he managed to get. I think Corey Heim got lapped. I was surprised Corey Heim didn't try and help his teammate win by holding up the 34, which is surprising. But yeah. Then here's the other drivers who had issues, unfortunately. Unless your name, of course, is Colin Jones, but I don't want to just dig too deep into him. So with that said, there's your race winner. With that, I'll see y'all tomorrow for the Xfinity race and Sunday for the IndyCar race. And with that, I'll see y'all then. Until then, have a good one. Stay safe, and I'll see y'all next time. All right, bye, everyone. Peace out.